If you're a real estate agent and you've started a YouTube channel, but nobody is calling yet, it's not because you're bad on camera. It's probably just because you're making one of these very common 5 mistakes that almost every single real estate agent makes when they first start their YouTube channel. And the frustrating thing is the things that you're doing seem like the right things to do. You are posting videos consistently. You are showing up on camera. You're not trying to hide and make it a faceless channel. You're actually being on camera. But the way that you're doing it is making YouTube confused about who to show your videos to. And if YouTube is confused, then the viewers are going to be confused too. The algorithm is confused, and your videos end up not getting shown to very many people at all, except your mom and your coworkers and your best friend. So let's talk about the 5 biggest mistakes that I see over and over and over again and what you can do to fix them right away. And one of these things is a huge mistake because of AI, and you're probably doing that one too. And by the way, if you want warm leads calling you from your YouTube channel, I have a free guide that you can download today. It's called The First 10 Steps to a Lead Generating YouTube Channel. And I walk you through exactly what I did when I created my YouTube channel almost 10 years ago now that bring me leads every single week. And they're not complicated. If I can do it, I promise you can do it. So I will leave that link right here, and I will leave it down below as well. All right, mistake number 1 is that your channel is simply too broad. You are probably talking all things real estate. And I myself did this back in 2016, 2017. I would say, welcome back to my channel. If you're interested in all things real estate in Savannah, Georgia, hit subscribe. And back then it worked just fine. Why? Because there weren't a lot of real estate YouTube channels. Now there are a ton, and you probably have a lot of competition. So if your channel is very broad and you're talking about anything and everything real estate related, YouTube says, I don't have enough information about who is the right person to watch these videos. And so it doesn't try very hard to go out and put your videos in front of more people. And this is a problem because you spend all this time to make a video and you get 12 views on it. So instead of talking all things real estate, I want you to think about what should your channel be about. Do you want to work primarily with sellers? Do you want to work primarily with investors? Do you want to work mostly with buyers? What type of buyer? What type of seller? What type of investor? What personality trait do they have? What season in life are they? Are they young couples who've just had kids and they want to buy their first house? Are they seniors who are downsizing? They're ready to go into assisted living. You have to figure out, what will this channel be about? You cannot target them all at once. YouTube needs patterns. It needs data. And if we get people that are 18 years old living in the Philippines watching your videos along with 70-year-olds living in Anchorage, Alaska, YouTube says, I don't really understand what this channel is about or who it is for. So the easiest way for you to give it that information is to make videos for a very specific ideal client avatar. Now, in that download that I have for you, the first 10 steps to a lead generating YouTube channel, I go into great detail about how to come up with this avatar, but that would be a great place to start. The second biggest mistake is copying everyone else and making an inbound relocation channel. Now, I get it. That's what I did. And then I wrote a book about it because it was so successful. It's called YouTube for Real Estate Agents. Maybe you've read it. 20,000 real estate agents around the country have bought that book and created channels that were all based on moving to your area, living in your city, the cost of living where you are. And while that was a great idea when it was very new and unique, now everyone is doing it. Hence, lots more competition. So if you are the new kid on the block and you've just created a brand new YouTube channel and you try to do what everybody else has already been doing for years and years, do you think that you're going to be able to break into that market? Not very easily. It's going to take a lot of work. Go back to mistake number 1. Pick a different type of viewer for this channel. It doesn't have to be people in the military relocating to your city because they just found out that they're going to be stationed at the local Army airfield. Your channel could be about something totally different, and it would work very, very well because a first-time military buyer is not the same as every other prospective real estate client that you could work with. So don't just make living in, moving to, pros and cons type videos. If you really want to go after that demographic and you don't have a lot of other competing channels already doing it, then by all means, it's like shooting fish in a barrel. It's very, very easy to get leads that way. Trust me, I built a team of 9 agents from this type of a channel. But if you live in Dallas, you can't do that. I went to YouTube, I typed in living in Dallas, and then I filtered it down by only the names of the channels. I stopped counting when I got to 50. If there are 50 different channels called living in Dallas or any variation of that name, you got a lot of competition. You should go a different direction. Mistake number 3 is making your entire channel about the house. You are doing listing tours. You are saying, look at this beautiful backyard. Look at this awesome kitchen. Let me give you a tour of the house. When you do that, you make yourself irrelevant. Now the channel is not about you. The channel is about the properties. Therefore, the consumer starts to think, well, anyone can open a door and show me a property. Why do I need you? That is not what we want to do with our YouTube channel. We want to show off our unique skill set, our personality, our knowledge, our experience, and have the people watching the channel go, I really like that person. I could easily see myself working with them. They get it. They're funny, they're detail-oriented, whatever it is about you that makes you you. We want the viewers to see that and like that about you, which is what makes them call you. They did not call you because the refrigerator was awesome. They did not call you because the master bedroom was gigantic and it had a fireplace in it. That is not the reason why they hire you to represent them in a transaction. Wasn't the house, it was you and what makes you unique and you different. So when you make a channel where all you do is show off houses, you work yourself right out of that equation. Don't do that. Now, yes, when you get a listing, if you want to make a video for the listing, of course, you're going to put that on your channel. You're going to show the sellers that you are trying very hard to market their properties. And look what I do for my sellers. We'll do that in a listing presentation as social proof so that they will say, oh, I want you to make a video like that for my house too. But that can't be the only thing on your channel. So just say to yourself, I'm not going to do 150 videos of welcome to 123 Main Street. Let's go inside and look around. That does not bring you clients. In fact, I had a private coaching student who came to me with a very big channel with hundreds of videos on it. And she said, these are all the videos that I've been making. And I said, these are beautiful listing tours. How's it working for you? And she said, I've never gotten a single client from it. So we don't want that to happen to you. You can do them, but don't make that the main focus of your channel. Mistake number 4 is something that everybody does. So please don't feel bad about it. And that is overcomplicating it. We are so worried about, I can't spell while I'm talking at the same time. We are so worried about what camera am I going to use? What lights am I going to use? Does this lighting make me look like, does it highlight all of my wrinkles and make you see all of my gray hairs? Do I have a double chin if I have the camera down too low and I'm pulling my head back? We get way too caught up in the stuff that really doesn't matter. Instead, when you sit down to make a video, I want you to be able to be seen clearly and to be heard clearly. And I will tell you that it is much more important to be heard clearly than to be seen clearly. People are very forgiving. If you film your video on your camera and you forgot to wipe the lens before you hit record, very infrequently will somebody say anything negative about it. But if you don't have a good microphone and they can't hear you, or they hear wind or traffic noise in the background, they are going to let you know, oh my goodness, the comments I have gotten when I did not use a microphone, they are ruthless. They will tell you all of the reasons why this video is terrible and it is unwatchable. So get yourself a very inexpensive microphone, as long as it works with whatever you are using for your camera. If you are recording on your webcam, you're going to want a podcasting microphone, one that plugs into the back of your computer, because you're recording directly into your computer with the webcam. If you're going to record on your phone, we need one that is smartphone compatible. There's a million of them. I'll leave a couple links down below of things that I use that are very, very affordable. You just have to make sure that it works with your equipment. If you have an iPhone, do not buy a microphone that says it doesn't work with Android, right? Or it only works with Android. You want to make sure that you are buying something that's compatible with what you have. But as long as we have this external microphone and we can hear you and we can see you okay, what the consumer cares about is, does this help me? Does this answer a question I have? Does it make my life easier? Does it help me solve a problem that I'm trying to fix? What you are wearing in your video is not really all that important. Yes, try to look professional. I'm not a fan of the people that wear ratty t-shirts and sweatpants and they sit cross-legged on the floor of their bedroom to record a professional real estate topic. I personally am not a fan. If that is your thing and you're trying to attract clients who are Gen Z or whatever the younger one is called, I don't even know what they're all called anymore. That's fine. That is your choice. For me, I try to dress business casual the majority of the time. I don't wear a suit, but I also don't look like I just came back from the gym either. I'm not going to film a professional video wearing leggings and an off-the-shoulder t-shirt. I just wouldn't do that. So make yourself look professional, but the way that you would look in real life. You do not need to put on a full face of makeup. You do not need to blow out your hair and go to the salon. Nobody really cares. Some of the videos that have gotten the most views on my channel were the ones where I put in the least amount of effort into my appearance. Like, you're lucky that I had dry hair. And that's pretty much the extent of it. People don't really care. I mean, yes, they will make judgments about you when they watch the video, but if they like your personality, they're not going to really care too much about what you chose to wear in this particular video. I have gotten clients from my videos, whether I weighed 20 pounds more than I weigh now or what I weigh now, whether my hair was white or dark brown or blonde, whether I had crooked teeth or after Invisaligns, it didn't really matter what my appearance was. What mattered was I was delivering helpful information, and if they resonated with it and they liked my personality, they called me. It's that simple. And mistake number 5 is probably something that you're doing right now, because almost everybody is doing it, and that is letting AI think for you. I have a private group for all of my coaching students, and I said, what video are you making next? Tell me what the title is, and I can 100% tell you when AI wrote the title versus when the person themselves wrote the title. It is so clear to anyone who's paying attention. It uses the same words, the same phrases over and over again. It has a very specific way of speaking that doesn't sound like a human. And it will tell you what to write for the title of your video. And if you don't push back and say, no, that doesn't sound good, that sounds too cheesy, there's too much marketing jargon, you need to make it sound like me. You may need to make it sound like a human wrote it, not that a robot wrote it. If you don't do that, then you end up with this cheesy title that doesn't really resonate with your audience and nobody clicks on it. So by all means, use AI to come up with ideas. Use it to brainstorm. Use it to say, all right, I have this idea that I want to make a video talking about blah, 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 blah. What are some things I could discuss in this video? Help me brainstorm title ideas. But you're not just going to take the title that it gave you and use it verbatim. You're going to workshop it back and forth. You're going to maybe come up with 10 different titles, narrow it down to your top 3, and then ask your friends, which of these 3 would you click on? Which do you think is the most interesting? Because AI doesn't know what is your niche, what is your market like? Is it a buyer's market? Is it a seller's market? Is your ideal target audience younger? Are they older? Are they middle-aged? Are they parents? Are they dog moms? Like your AI doesn't know all of those things. And even when you take the time to train it, it's still not perfect. It's not perfect. I have trained my eye over the last three I have trained my AI over the last 3 years so hard. I mean, I will say, "This is my target audience. This is my niche. My target ICA has a name, an age. I know where she lives, where she works, how long she's been in business." Like, she has a whole persona, and even though I've trained my AI on this a million times, they still get it wrong. They still get it wrong. So, you cannot outsource the thinking to the AI, whether it's Claude, ChatGPT, Grok, anything Gemini, anything else, it doesn't matter. You cannot outsource your brain to the AI and let it do all of the thinking for you. So if YouTube is not working for you yet, it doesn't mean that YouTube doesn't work at all. It just means you need a little bit of tweaking with your channel. So start by fixing these 5 mistakes and then download my free guide, The First 10 Steps to a Lead Generating YouTube Channel, and be able to give your entire YouTube channel a facelift so that it will start attracting prospects who will turn into leads and clients and closings for you down the road.